All right, everyone. Welcome into the brand new Sundays on the Gridiron podcast. My name is Jordan. I'm here with Michael. Ready to talk NFL with you. Michael, how you doing, bud?
Doing great. I'm excited. Looking like a good year. Feeling confident.
Feeling confident in those Lions to
Yes,
try and
sir.
make it this year?
Just for everyone out there, yeah, lifetime Lions first quarter. Definitely not same old Lions. It's the brand new Lions. I'm very excited. We're on the come up.
Hey, we need to have the Bengals Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That's what needs to happen.
I'd have to watch that alone. I couldn't watch that with you. That'd be
We can watch it
one where I
together.
watched in my living room with the lights off, yelling at the TV for sure.
That would be fun. Well, if anyone didn't see from either my shirt or me saying I'm a lifelong Bengals fan, so a little bit, we both rumble with the suffering a little bit over the
Yeah,
years, but
yeah,
feeling pretty high going into this year.
definitely. It's been better.
Everyone's just got to stay healthy for both.
Yeah, sure.
So, all right, everyone, welcome into the brand new Sundays on the Gridiron podcast. My name is Jordan. I'm here with Michael. Ready to talk NFL with you. Michael, how you doing, bud?
Doing great. I'm excited. Looking like a good year. Feeling confident.
Feeling confident in those Lions to
Yes,
try and
sir.
make it this year?
Just for everyone out there, yeah, lifetime Lions first quarter. Definitely not same old Lions. It's the brand new Lions. I'm very excited. We're on the come up.
Hey, we need to have the Bengals Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That's what needs to happen.
I'd have to watch that alone. I couldn't watch that with you. That'd be
We can watch it
one where I
together.
watched in my living room with the lights off, yelling at the TV for sure.
That would be fun. Well, if anyone didn't see from either my shirt or me saying I'm a lifelong Bengals fan, so a little bit, we both rumble with the suffering a little bit over the
Yeah,
years, but
yeah,
feeling pretty high going into this year.
definitely.
All right, let's get into. We got some news going around. We've got some news coming out the last week or so. I'll start the first one. Daniel Jones named the starter for the Indianapolis Colts over Anthony Richardson. What do you think of that? I can't believe they gave up on Anthony Richardson that early, especially for someone like Daniel Jones who already failed. But what do you think?
I'm with you on this. I mean, to me, it's like if you're the Vikings, let's see. This reminds me of last year. Vikings, obviously McCarthy got hurt, but they went out and they got, Sam Darnold. But Vikings had a good coach, they have a good roster, best receiver in the league. That made more sense to me. You can grab a Sam Darnold guy and make a push for the playoffs. The Colts, to me, it's like they have nothing to lose. So it's like, why go grab Daniel Jones and start him and not let Anthony Richardson, develop? My opinion about it is like, he's younger than Tyler Shuck. He's younger than Bo Nix. He's younger than Stroud. He's younger than any other young quarterback in the league right now. He's 23. He's my age. I'd say let him play at least. Like, you're not gonna. No offense, you're not gonna be good either way. You're not gonna make the playoff push. You're definitely not gonna go to the Super Bowl or win it or anything. So I'd say let him develop. I didn't like it, in my opinion. I don't know about you.
I don't really like it. I'm with you. They're not going to make the playoff push. That's the Texans and maybe the Titans in that
Agreed.
division with Cam Ward. But at the end of the day, I first thought, they're going to play him. They're going to play Daniel Jones. And they're just going to tank for like Arch Manning or whatnot. And then I saw someone who's like, why would they not let the dude who's like lower half in the league in every game that he's played with more touch or
Exactly.
interceptions and touchdowns type thing to tank? And I was like, well, maybe not. Maybe he's just not that good.
I mean, he's not. The potential's there, in my opinion. He's an athletic freak. He had the couple of good games last year. That week one against the Texans, he looked amazing with Stroud. He went touchdown for touchdown with him. But I hear you on that. To me, it's a win-win. You're either going to discover your franchise quarterback and stick with Richardson, or you're going to tank. You're going to suck like you did last year, and you're going to get, an Arch Manning.
Yeah, which isn't a bad consolation prize if he
Not at
turns
all.
out to be what he's supposed to be. We'll have to watch him in this season at Texas as well to see if he's going to be what he's supposed to be.
True.
So, sticking with the quarterback carousel, Flacco with the Browns, Flacco's still playing, and he's still the starter over Shadur, Dylan
Yeah, about
Gabriel.
4 quarterbacks. Yeah. Kenny Pickett.
I forgot Kenny Two Gloves. Forgot about Kenny Two Gloves. I mean, I I get Flacco probably gives them the best chance to win now. They're in a slightly better position than the Colts in terms of winning ball games and maybe making a playoff push because their defense with Denzel Ward, Miles Garrett, still super talented. But at the end of the day, you spent 2 picks on 2 rookie quarterbacks, and you're telling me that neither one of them or Kenny Pickett, who's played in the league for a few years, is good enough to beat out Flacco, who he's got to be almost in his 40s, right?
Yeah, I think he's the oldest quarterback right now. No, I'm completely with you on that. To me, this screams just drafting terrible. If you're going to waste 2 of your picks on quarterbacks, like you said, and you're not playing either of them, that means that you drafted the wrong guys, or it means that you just didn't pick good. I don't know. But I don't get it. Like you said, I mean, they're in a better spot to win. I think Flacco can win them maybe 9 games, 8 games at best, maybe get in the playoffs. But you're in the hardest division in football. I think you need to embrace the rebuild, in my opinion. So either don't draft quarterbacks or play one of them and see what happens. I think, though, in my opinion, I think Jones has a better chance of remaining the starter. I think Flacco, someone else could come in for them if it's not looking good. I think they might go, we got nothing to lose. I mean, because they have so many people behind him. So, let's put Shador in there. Let's just see what happens. I know the fans will probably be asking for Shador. The media will be asking for Shador. So I could see, him coming in maybe week 4, week 5 if they go 1-3, 2-3.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, you got to play the young guy if you're going to embrace the rebuild. Especially, you still got all that money tied up with Deshaun Watson, so
Yep.
you've got to find a way to get that off the books sooner or later. And what better way than to have a rookie salary quarterback, especially
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
drafted them both in like the third and fifth round
Yeah.
or the fourth and fifth round. Like they're not
I think
making
fourth and
that much.
yeah, not at all. No, it gives you if one of those guys kind of works out, you can go get some more offensive players, and then you have a team really. Like you said, their defense is great. I mean, they're competitive. They're not a dumpster fire, but they're kind of stuck in football purgatory right now. They either need to ascend to the top or they just need to burn it down, restart.
Yeah,
But there's
I
another
mean,
big quarterback battle,
okay? Who you got?
big one. That's sincere to my heart. It's very sincere to my heart. It's going down in New Orleans. It is. It's Dumb and Dumber competing down there. You got Tyler Shuck, 2nd-round pick out of Louisville. You got Spencer Rattler, former South Carolina Gamecock, Oklahoma Sooner, whatever you want to say. Somehow he made it in the NFL. What was your reaction? Did you have a chance to see the preseason games, how those guys played?
I've seen bits and pieces. I saw Rattler play last year. He didn't really impress me in college because I didn't really like his attitude.
Yeah,
Especially I think it was at Oklahoma and whatnot. So, but I mean, Shuck looked good last year. Saw a lot of him, watched a lot of him, watching those Louisville games. Never really stuck out to me as like not a second round, I'll say that, talent.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, but I mean the videos that I've seen, of course, it's probably, I'm seeing the worst ones. I'm not seeing the good ones. I haven't really paid too much attention to New Orleans, but they've looked bad. Like he's
yeah,
looked bad. He's missing a
yeah.
lot of easy throws, and
Panicking.
he's like almost my age. He
Yeah,
spent eight
that's
years
another
in
thing.
college.
Yeah,
Like he's too old to be acting so slow
yeah. He was Herbert's
and be able
backup.
to make it.
He's Herbert's backup. That's what's crazy. So, my opinion, I mean, obviously, I liked Shuck coming out of school. I cheered for him every weekend, being a Louisville fan. But I had a lot more confidence in him before this camp and these preseason games. I think, like you said, like there has been some cherry picked clips that make him look worse than he is. But I see some bad habits. I guess he not good under pressure, throwing the ball away, not good spots, kind of pick happy, gunslinger a little bit. But I mean, if I'm the Saints, you got nothing to lose. I think those two guys are going to switch back and forth. If I had to pick today, I would say Shuck will be the starter week 1, just because you picked him in the second round. GM's going to pressure you to play him. But I mean, I think he'll throw a couple picks. Radler will come in. He'll throw a couple picks. And then it's just the illusion of free choice of bad quarterback, bad quarterback. Either one leads to like a 2-15 season, in my opinion. I think this is
Yeah,
the arch enemy.
whoever practices better that week
Yeah,
gets to start,
exactly. I think
knowing
this is
dang
the arch
well that
enemy.
the other one's going to come in.
Yeah, not a good scene
So
down
I
there.
mean, yeah, that's rough. It sucks for New Orleans because I mean they came off of like those Drew Brees years with like Michael Thomas and
Yeah,
a really good defense and that division's not hard. The
it is not.
Buccaneers are the toughest option or the toughest
Yeah,
one in that division. Um, the Panthers, they're still trying to figure out themselves and Bryce Young. The Falcons, who knows what's going to go on there? Obviously, we know Penix will probably be the starter. Kirk Cousins, you're paying him all that money just to sit and
yeah,
be a backup. I'm sure
yeah.
someone's going to try and come get him at some point
I, who knows
to
what's
be
going
their
on there?
starter.
Yeah, you got Michael Penis Jr. playing quarterback, and you got Kirk Cousins praying on the bench during the game, making $200 million a year. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I think Penix is fine. He's good. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I think the Falcons are closer than all those other guys. The Panthers or the Saints, obviously. I think they
Yeah.
could potentially be a playoff team if they a year or two.
I mean, they looked like a playoff team with Cousins last year too, until he
Yeah.
kind of just. I mean, did you ever get to watch the quarterback series on Netflix this go around with like Burrow and Cousins and whatnot?
I saw golf clips. I mean, I did not watch the other guys.
I mean, he got banged up pretty bad and trying to play through it, and I think that's what led to a lot of it. But I mean, at some point, you still got to perform through those injuries. They weren't, totally detrimental, but I mean, I do. The Falcons and the Bucks will be the 1-2 in that division. We'll
For
see
sure.
how that plays out. Um, I guess we got some defensive side of the ball too. We've stuck all offense, all QB battles. Those are fun. But what about Dallas and Jerry Jones ruining his team again? I mean,
Not good.
we got Micah Parsons and battling over money or guaranteed years, whatever it is, and now he doesn't know if he's going to play.
Doesn't
So,
sound like he wants to play. In my opinion, it doesn't sound like he wants to be a Dallas Cowboy next year. And I don't know if this will be one of those. Chris Jones, the Chiefs tackle, a couple of years ago, kind of had a similar thing where he sat out, and he actually ended up sitting out the first week of that first game because of
mhm.
contract things. But then he came back and he stayed with them. At this point, I could see that happening. It's a little late to kind of trade. I know that's what Parsons wants. He wants out now. I don't know if he'll go anywhere. I mean, my dream would be him to come to Detroit and be paired up with Hutchinson. Probably not going to happen. I think he ends up staying, but dude, some drama going down in Dallas big time. Not looking good.
There's always drama, always got to be something going on down there. But what about this trade scenario? What if, because my Bengals, our next topic is Trey Hendrickson still not signed.
Yep.
We do a Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson little swap there, throw some picks in, something like that. I mean, that would be a blockbuster type trade.
Could happen. I mean, if the
Um,
Cowboys can pay Hendrickson what he wants and what he deserves, to be fair. Now, I think Parsons would be a little cheaper than Hendrickson just because of the season that Hendrickson had last year. Um, if I were the Bengals, I would do it. I mean, I've kind of been on the train of, look, I think Hendrickson does what he's asking for. He deserves. Obviously, he was the leader in sacks, but he's old, man. I think if you're the Bengals, you can sign Hendrickson and you can have the same year you had last year. You can lose to people 38-35, go 7-10, miss the playoffs, or you can roll the dice, like you said, get Parsons, maybe some picks, and kind of reshape your defense that needs it. So I like that. I don't think it'll happen. It's a little late, but we've seen crazier things.
yeah, I doubt it'll happen. But I mean, my feeling with the Trey Hendrickson thing is he signed a contract that was fair to his value at the time, which is what we all do. We sign contracts that are, to what we are at the time, and things get reviewed down the road. It's not really the Bengals' fault that you signed that contract and then you played absolutely crazy out of your mind as a
Plus,
late
trade grade.
bloomer.
Yeah.
Like, that I understand when to come back, renegotiate. Like, to me, it's all about you're still signed. It's not like you're, a free agent or restricted free agent or whatnot. You still signed. You've still got 1 year left. To sit out now, and you've got this is like your prime opportunity, probably at his age, one of your last prime opportunities to get to a Super Bowl and make a playoff push is
Yeah.
with Joe Burrow
Yeah.
and that offense.
Agreed.
And you
But
just
counterpoint, it's also his last chance to get paid this much.
that's true.
So that's a
It is
hard
his
issue
lesson.
for him.
I've seen that the money's right and the years are right, but it's like the guarantees in there
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what's holding it up. It's like you've played these last few years perfectly fine, not getting injured. Knock on wood, nothing's going to happen. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you want a few more of those guarantees, but it's not like you're not going to get, your money.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Bengals
I
have
mean,
always
Steelers,
been faithful to continuing out contracts to the end.
yeah.
And that's honestly one of their problems. And years ago, that's why they started falling off too much, was they're too loyal. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to show up and play.
Yeah, you do. I think he plays. He seems like a high character guy. It sounded like he was back in the city. I know I'd heard a couple weeks ago that he had moved back down to Florida because apparently he lives right next to the practice facility, and it was eating him up that he could hear practice going on and he was there. He didn't want to be a distraction. So saw the GM kind of mentioning it too. It sounds like they're on good terms, but I think they'll find a number. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Lamar situation a couple years ago. I think it'll pay off. I mean, we'll get into it later. I think the Bengals will be good, but
Yeah.
if I were both those people, like you said, just stay, come win. You can win now. You get the best offense in the NFL. Come help get some stops.
And Burrow and that offense has looked real good in the few drives they've had in the preseason. They've
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
longer, really hoping, like we get into it later, hoping that kickstarts their season a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what will hold them back is if that O-line still sucks.
Yeah. I mean, here we are in 2025. 4 years ago, I was watching the Super Bowl against the Rams, and I was like, man, once Burrow gets an offensive line, it's going to be so good. I've grown some facial hair. 4 years have passed. I've moved cities, and I'm saying the same thing. Burrow gets an offensive line, man. Watch out. I mean, he's good either way, but yeah, if you gave him like a Lions or an Eagles, Cowboys style O line, especially with that new running back, Chase Brown,
Yeah.
it could be good.
The crazy thing is he did what he did last year with that bad O-line.
Exactly.
And he had an MVP season last year.
Yeah.
He should have won MVP. If that record, it's an individual award, and then the team
But
record plays into that, and that
wins is a quarterback
kind of
stat. Yeah. Yeah.
so it killed me that he didn't. But I mean, like there was no one better than Joe Burrow at the quarterback position last year. So yeah, let's get into some division winners.
Let's do it, man. I'm ready.
So we did to everyone listening. We did this last year. And kind of the preseason, just pick division winners and who we think the playoff teams are going to be for both the AFC and the NFC here. So we can go ahead and start this little rundown here. We'll start with the AFC East, looking with Buffalo, Miami, New England, and the Jets. Obviously, Buffalo is that front runner. Again, the Dolphins look to be good. Patriots are doing something, and then the Jets also, Jets will probably be better, a little bit.
I think so.
Hopefully.
My pick for this division would go, I think Bills got it again. I mean, they dominated this division the last 7 years, 5 years, since Josh Allen showed up, basically. I think the Bills are the winner. But my hot take is I think the Jets. I think the Jets will be the second team, and I think they'll be close. I think they'll give them a run for their money. You got Justin Fields at QB. You got Aaron Glenn as the new the new head coach there, or the Lions, old DC. I think Glenn, it's a unique situation. He's played Fields. He's seen the good in Fields. He's had a game plan against him. Fields used to scare the hell out of me watching him play the Lions and the way he can move. I mean, he can throw great too. I think he's a bit of a sleeping giant. I think Fields will come out with Garrett Wilson with that solid defense. I think the Jets will do some damage. Third, another hot take, I think Patriots. You got Drake May's second year coming in. You took Will Campbell in the draft. You got a new head coach, Dan Campbell-esque, old linebacker, like a player's guy.
Mm-hmm.
I got them third. The Dolphins, man, I think they're on the downslope. I think they peaked with McDaniel. I think Tua is fine, whatever. Tyreek was nowhere close to where he was last year. Tyreek cost me the fantasy division. I took him. I had the second pick last year, and I took Tyreek, and he maybe scored 10 points a week, maybe. The first week he got arrested.
Yeah.
He got arrested the first week.
That is true.
You think I'm sounding like Lichtenauer right now, but it's done. They need this. It's over. Before it gets worse, they need to blow it up. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Dolphins definitely on the downslope. I think they'll be around third or fourth. I think I'm with you. I like Justin Fields. I think in the right situation, he's going to prosper. And with the weapons that he has, plus having that Jets defense behind him, and Aaron Glenn as a head coach. So, I mean, that defense is going to stay stout. And I think they can make a rush for second place. I don't know if anyone's going to eclipse the Bills.
Yeah.
But the Jets, I think, might have the best opportunity for it.
Agree.
At the end of the day. Because I don't really care for Drake May. He didn't look good last year. He doesn't have that many weapons around him. I mean, Stephon Diggs is older, coming off an injury. Sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I'd go Bills, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins. Patriots and Dolphins can flip-flop 3 or 4. At that point, who cares?
I just think there's
But I got the Bills to win it all.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. Where are we moving to?
Next, we'll just run it on AFC North. Obviously, toughest division in football, year in and year out. Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. So the Steelers are going to hover around that second and third place spot.
Yeah.
They just don't have a losing record. They're not going to come in last in the division.
No.
I think me personally, yeah. I'm being a homer a little bit, but I'm feeling really good. I'm going Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns.
Okay.
I do think that Burrow, this is the first year that the offense doesn't have any issues in training camp. Everything's on the defensive side of the ball.
True.
They're healthy. They've gotten playing time together. They look absolutely fantastic. They're going to pick right up where they left off. I think we've added a couple more pieces in the tight end room and stuff like that. At the end of the day, I'm rolling Bengals.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm with you on the Bengals. Ravens, man, they look good. They're good every year. I like Harbaugh a lot.
They're always good, and then they always just fall flat on their face in the playoffs.
I think I like your picks, but here's where we're going to separate. I got Ravens first. I think Ravens are going to be the team to beat in football next year. I think they kept a lot of guys. Obviously, Derrick Henry had a monster season. Lamar, you said this earlier. Lamar should have been the MVP. He threw 3 interceptions and 40 touchdowns. He eclipsed his stats last year, and he didn't win. But that's just because of voter fatigue. Lamar's going to be on top of things. The receiving core is great, obviously, with Flowers, and then likely Andrews at the tight end spot. Offensive line's good. The defense is amazing. So I think the Ravens are the team to beat. I do think the Bengals will be second. I think the Bengals will be close. And one thing you forgot to mention about the Bengals is they switched out their DC. So they brought in Notre Dame's defensive coordinator, Al Golden. And he made Notre Dame's defense really good last year. I think, Lou Anarumo or whatever his name was, your DC last year obviously had his issues. You were giving up 30 points a game. I think they'll fix that. I got the Bengals back to like a 12-5. They lose some close games, but they start getting on their roll. They start beating the teams they're supposed to beat. They win those tight games that they used to win. I just think the Ravens are going to be the best team. Honestly, that's the only reason they won't get the first. I think the Bengals will be in the wild card spot. Like you said, whatever they're doing in Pittsburgh's working. I know they got Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't even faze me. They'll go 9-8 and they'll make the playoffs and they'll lose by 20 in the first round. The Browns,
Yeah,
obviously, I mean, yeah, they got Flacco at quarterback and a bunch of rookies behind him. They're going to go 4-13 or something. That's my pick.
yeah,
Ravens.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm with you. Like the Ravens are going to be tough. Those Ravens Bengals game, especially that Thanksgiving night game,
Yes.
that's going to be that's going to be a great cap to your Thanksgiving night. So
Huge. That'd be nice.
next we got AFC South. We're sitting there with Texans, Colts, Jaguars, and Titans. And it's the Texans to lose at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
I mean, this is a stinky one. I mean, I could smell it before you said it, dude. I do, though. I do like Cam Ward a lot. I think my hot take, I guess, for this one would be Texans first, obviously. I think Texans are good. Nico Collins, CJ Stroud, the defense, DeMarco, their coach, is great. Obviously, they like him. I think Texans first. I think Titans second, but with still like a bad record. I think Titans go like 6-11 or 7-10, kind of surprise some people. I think Colts and Jags just a bad spot. I don't think they'll be good. I mean, I don't even know who the Jags took in the draft. I know they got Brian Thomas Jr. last year, and he looked really good. T-Law was hurt. He looked okay. I mean, he looked like T-Law. I don't think
Yeah,
anything will change. I think Jags and then Colts. So I got Texans by a mile, Titans, Jags, and Colts, kind of fishing a bear out the bottom.
yeah. I mean, you're just you could throw all three of those other teams after the Texans on the table, and any of them besides the Colts probably we could really just finish anywhere in that 2 to 4 range in that division.
Yeah, yeah.
So listening to Jake, I get a little bit feeling better about Cam Ward. He's still rubbed me the wrong way. I'm still holding a little resentment from that second half sit out last year because it
True.
cost me a bowl win in our pick 'em. So I still hold a little resentment towards that, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Apparently, that was the original
Last
plan.
one we
Pop Tarts
I still
Bowl.
yeah, the Pop Tart. It rubs me the wrong way because it was very selfish.
Yeah,
Because when you think of football, it's very team oriented. But
yeah,
literally going out there and like, I'm gonna go get this record for myself, and then deuces. I'm gonna sit on the
yeah,
sideline, and then
yeah.
slowly but surely, everyone they end up losing the game. It just wasn't a very,
I hear you.
I don't know, wasn't very team first mentality. But
Yeah,
hey, he's got an arm, and
he
I
does.
hope he
Man.
does well.
He does.
So, and let's round out the AFC out in the West. So probably a really interesting division. Always Chiefs, Chargers. I think at the end of the
Raiders
day, those two are better. But Raiders looking on the come up.
don't sleep.
Broncos are looking on the come. They could.
Don't sleep.
There's 3 teams that could really vie for that title. The Chiefs aren't going
Yeah.
to have a cakewalk anymore.
No, man. I think this is the under the radar division. I mean, obviously we saw what the Broncos did, Sean Payton and Bo Nix. I think they'll be up there. I think the team people aren't talking about are the Raiders. I mean, I like Geno, and he's back with Pete Carroll. They got a good receiving core, decent enough, and then they have obviously white boy coming off the edge. I just blanked on his name. Eastern Michigan. I know what college he went to. Tattoo guy.
Crosby.
Crosby. They got Max Crosby coming off the edge, obviously. They have a solid defense. I didn't like their coach last year. I like Carroll coming in. I think it's a tough division. If I had to pick, man, I don't want to say this. I'm not going to say it. Broncos first. Chiefs second.
Okay.
Close third. No. Chargers third. Raiders fourth. But I think it'll be a good division. I think it'll be similar to last year with the NFC North. I think you have worst team in that division, the Raiders going maybe 6-11 or 7-10. I think you have 2 or 3 playoff teams in the AFC coming out of there. Personally.
I can see it. I can see it. I'm with you. The Broncos made the playoffs last year. Bo Nix is only going to get better. Um, the Raiders do seem like they're going to be on the come up a little bit. Established quarterback that works well in that system. Defense, has been consistent over the
Serviceable.
years. So, I mean, I think the Chargers could be looking here in
Same
the next few
thing.
years to be the outside in though. Like the Raiders, I feel like could trump the Chargers at some point.
True. Yeah. I mean, the Chargers have been stagnant at the very least. I like the
Yeah.
Harbaugh change, just getting a new face in there and switching things up, but you had the same result last year. So we'll see what happens this year.
So you got Broncos leading the
I
way.
got Broncos. I got Broncos,
All right.
Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders.
Gotcha. All right. So far we've got two different picks. Ravens, Bengals, and then Chiefs, Broncos. I took the Chiefs at one, just because it in my mind it's one of those things where till you can show me, I'm not gonna believe it.
Sure. I mean, it's like the sun
So
coming up in the morning. The Chiefs are going to win the AFC West.
yeah,
I
but
don't
maybe
want to
not.
believe.
Yeah, I don't want to believe it either. So,
All right. Now our
but let's head to
conference.
the NFC. NFC. Let's roll with you. We'll go ahead and start. Let's do NFC North.
Easy,
I got the Lions. So I know you got
as
the
you should.
Lions.
Obviously,
Um,
Lions won. I
what
think people need to get on my soap bucket here a little bit. I think people are writing the Lions off too much because we lost the coordinators and we lost Frank Ragnow, our starting center. But we brought in Tate Ratledge from Georgia with a pick. I think he's great. You still have Panay Stool, Taylor Decker, Graham Glasgow, Dan Skipper. Still got a great O line. I can go down the list. You got Demo, Gibbs in the backfield. Jameson Williams going to have another breakout year. Obviously, Amon-Ra, top 5 receiver in the league. You've got Laporta. Defense is reloaded and healed up. Hutchinson's going to be comeback player of the year, defensive player of the year, maybe. And then you got Dan Campbell, Motor City, MCDC, still at the helm. And this team's going to have a culture around it still. I think we win the division. I don't think it's as good as last year, 15-2, but I think we go 12-5 and win the division. Team I'm
Well,
not
last
worried
year
about.
you all also didn't. Last year you didn't play a game outside
That is a big point. Our
until
schedule is tough.
like
That's where I
December.
think the 5 losses come. We play you all, we play the Ravens, we play the Eagles, and then obviously we play like the Packers and stuff, people within our division. Vikings twice, Bears twice, Vikings. But I think we're good. I still think we just edge them out. I think the core guys that are there will just still grind it out. It's just a matter of getting to the playoffs and then figuring it out from there. As far as the rest of the teams go, I think it's going to be another competitive year. I think it's a toss-up for second. I'll say Packers second. I think close. I'll go Vikings third and Bears last. I think the Bears will be better. I just think they need a couple more years to draft and pick up some guys. I don't have full faith in Caleb Williams yet or those receivers, honestly. I know this is a hot take. I didn't like the Rome Odunze take that much. DJ Moore's solid. Luther Burden they picked up
Keenan
out of Miss.
Allen's gone after 1 year. I didn't know
Yeah.
he's only signed a 1 year deal last year.
Yeah, he didn't even play. So running back,
Yeah.
freaking, they have Swift, our old guy. He's fine. He's not Gibbs. So I think they're last, but they're not bad. They're another one of those 6-11, maybe 7-10,
That's where
maybe.
the bottom of that division is probably where we differ because I think the Vikings are going to be really bad.
You think?
I
Yeah,
do. I don't. I think JJ coming off that injury. I
sure.
mean, I just don't really. I just didn't really see much at Michigan with him, and I don't see much
Yeah,
going on, in the NFL. So he's basically a rookie this year. So not basically, he is a rookie this year.
yeah,
And at the end of that's a tough division to play in.
it is. I hear you on this. I think my breaking point that switches him to the third spot is Kevin O'Connell. I just think he's a leader of the team. He's a quarterback whisperer. I think JJ he's not going to be amazing, but I think he'll surprise people. I think he'll be solid. Obviously, I believe in him too. And I think they just sneak out the third spot. I think, no offense to the Vikings fans out there, I think they just have another pointless season with like 9 wins. Another one of those
Yeah.
where it's like they get excited, they beat some good teams barely, beat some bad teams barely. They get 9 wins, maybe miss the wild card spot by a game. But I don't know. Kevin O'Connell, I just believe in him. I mean, he's won with everybody. He won with Kirk. He won with Sam Darnold. I don't know why he wouldn't win with JJ. He won with freaking Josh Dobbs. I mean, he won with the guy that had no hair
Yeah.
from the anywhere on his body.
Yeah. I mean, no, yeah, those are all valid points. Maybe I need to think about it a little longer. If I'm looking at
I hear you,
straight
though. I
quarterback
hear you.
talent, I think Caleb Williams probably more talented than JJ McCarthy.
Agreed.
And he's already had his rookie year, so let's see. I think he
That's
might be able
true.
to take that next step. But I've also seen videos of him at practice or training camp just absolutely awful. Like I could hit those throws into the target better than he could. Uh,
Yeah,
I'd
that was
probably eat
bad.
my words if he
I think the
brought the
issue with
target to
that,
my apartment here and did it. But
I think the issue with him is just Ben Johnson's offense. Obviously, I've watched that for the last 3 years. I think it'll take a year or two for him to really master it. I think next year when we're having this conversation, I could say the Bears maybe a second place team or better, depending on how last year goes. Or maybe by halfway through the season they turn it around. But confidently today, based on like what you said with the practice clips, with them having to run through practice in slow motion so Caleb Williams can understand it, I think it's a long-term thing. I think Johnson will turn it
yeah,
around for sure, but it won't be this year.
yeah.
That's my
I
take.
mean, maybe that's what you get for drafting a quarterback who paints his fingernails. So we'll go. We touched on this one earlier, NFC South. I mean, it's like um, Buccaneers and Falcons. So
Basically.
which one you rolling with?
Um, I'm not rolling. I'm rolling with the Panthers, honestly. The back half of that year, there was a belief to him. Bryce Young looked good. They got him back out there. He got his confidence back. Leggett looked good. Defense looks serviceable enough. I like what they got going on. But hear me out here. I think I think they go 9-8, and I think Bucks go 9-8, and the Panthers have the tiebreaker over them. That's what I think happens. I don't think they win it outright like that, but I just think they edge them out. Buccaneers are slowly turning into the NFC's version of the Steelers, where they just show up every year and are okay, and then losing the playoffs in the first round. I think Buccaneers are second. I think Falcons are third, close, maybe a 7-10 season. I think something similar. Penix will have to adjust a bit. I like Drake London, Kyle Pitts, fantasy legend. Everyone loves to pick him. Solid defense. Eh.
Hey,
They got a
he
great O
said
line.
he said he's going to use him. He said Kyle Pitts
It's
is going to
true.
be used in that offense. So
I hope. I'm not
we'll see.
drafting them. And then obviously, we know who's the last team. I don't even have to say it. I mean, they're going to be the worst team in football. The
Yeah,
Saints. I want them to do well. I just don't think it's going to happen. They don't have people around them. I mean, who do they have? Tahid Shathid. Olave
I
is
do.
constantly injured. And then they have
Yeah,
freaking what's his name?
I don't know. I
Tennessee
don't know who they have.
41. Alvin Kamara. They have Alvin Kamara.
Oh
So
yeah, I mean
that's about
he's
it.
kind of washed.
Yeah.
But
That's what I'm saying. They
so
have nothing good.
I'm rolling with the Bucks. I think it's Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints. Um, again, Panthers, like you said, played better at the end of last year, but at the end of the day, I just think those other two teams are put together more for now. The Panthers might fall into that Bears spot that you were just talking about, where one more year. Let's see how this year goes, and then
Yeah.
next we could sit here talking about them. So, yeah, Panthers.
Just there's a
That blew
feeling,
me.
man. It's
That shocked me, man.
a culture thing. I can look Bryce Young in the eyes. I can look Xavier Leggett in the eyes. I just have this feeling of like these guys are going to win some games this year. Just feel it.
Imagine those two sitting down and like
I
having
can't.
a conversation.
They don't. I'm sure they don't. Bryce Young sounds
Xavier
like
is frog legs country,
yeah,
and Bryce Young looks like Catholic schoolboy.
yeah. He's like Jared McCain of the NFL. He sounds like my sister or something. Like he's like a girl, but they connect on the football field, man. That's the beauty of the game. So yeah, give me Panthers.
Yep. All right, you taking Panthers? I got Bucks. NFC East will go reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles. Cowboys, we already touched on a little bit as a joke. Their season's starting off rocky. I do think Dak is going to be better. And now
Yeah,
he's got Pickens on one side, CeeDee Lamb on the other.
true.
I do think that offense could be pretty potent as long as Dak stays healthy. All those guys stay healthy. But then you got like the Commanders. Jaden Daniels put on a show last year.
Yeah,
That the Eagles aren't. The Eagles are my pick to win the division, but it's one of those where you're like, it's going to be like that NFC North was last year. Like those two teams are probably going to be 12, 13, 14 wins apiece, and it's going to come down to a tiebreaker.
yeah, yeah. I can see it. I hate to say this, not a big Eagles guy, but I got Eagles winning again. I mean, nothing changed. Their defense is super young, so it's going to be good again. Offense, there's no reason it should be worse at all. I mean, they brought everyone back,
Yeah.
so should be fine. I think Eagles win that again. Second place, man, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I just think a sophomore slump's incoming for Daniels. I think they'll be solid, but I don't
Okay.
think he'll be what he is. I think people will game plan against him. I mean, he did win a bunch of games and he beat us, so maybe that's why I'm saying this. But I think slump for him I still would put him in the second spot though, because of all the question marks in Dallas. I think this division will be weaker than people realize. I think Commanders will take a step back, Dallas will take a step forward, but not a big enough one, and then the Giants are just the Giants. I don't believe in Dart. Neighbors is good, but he's stuck on a bad team. I mean, Wandell Robinson's on there, former Wildcat. He's good, solid. Defense, you got Thibodeau and you got the guy out of Penn State,
Abdul
Abdul Carter.
Carter.
Solid. I mean, they're
Where's
solid.
they didn't get that defensive end out of Florida State a couple years ago, did they? Last name
Jared
Johnson.
Verse. Jared Verse. You talking Jared Verse? He went to the
Okay,
Rams.
gotcha.
But they have
Yeah, I
Kayvon
mean,
Thibodeau from Oregon.
yeah. I think I think the Giants will take a little step forward. I think that Dart Neighbors connection might be legit. Their running back by committee room last year was pretty good up there in New York.
Yeah.
Um, but they're still fourth in my mind. I
Agreed.
got Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants.
Same. Agreed.
All right, last but not least, NFC West, Rams, Cardinals, 49ers, and Seahawks. I'll be honest, I know nothing about the Seahawks. I don't even remember who their quarterback is right now.
Sam Darnold.
No,
It's
that's
Darnold,
awful.
bro. Yeah, it's not good. They
Is it
drafted Milrow.
really?
They drafted Milrow, though. But yeah, Darnold's their
That's
guy, man.
also awful.
And they traded away Metcalf.
Okay,
They
so the
blew it up.
Seahawks are four.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are four. That's it.
Yeah.
Cardinals, I think, are going to take a little step forward, a little bit. I think the Cardinals might even could compete for the number 2 slot because the 49ers got rid of Debo. They paid Brock Purdy. I think that was a huge just no go.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing special about him. He's going to go out there and win you the games he should, not make too many mistakes. But at the end of the day, I just think the Rams are going to take that one.
I'm with you on this. I think Rams go one. I think Rams go one. I think Cardinals go two, though. I got 49ers
Yeah.
falling to 3, and then obviously the Seahawks in the basement beneath the house, locked away somewhere, figuring out whatever the hell they're doing. The 49ers, all my fans out there, I'm sorry, guys. You just happen to run into a team called the Chiefs during your prime years, man. During the best Shanahan
Yeah.
years, you just happen to run into them. Happen to run into Tom Brady that one year. Happen to run into Matt Stafford. Like, you guys have great teams, but Debo's gone and fat. Jawan
Yeah.
Jennings is okay. Purdy,
Ayuk's coming off that knee
okay.
injury, I think.
Ayuk is a wide receiver too. I hate to say it. He's good, but he's not that good. I like Garendo. I mean, he's a solid running back. It seemed like he stepped up. McCaffrey obviously still there, but he's just injury prone. Kittle, old. Defense, old. I got them 3.
Yeah.
And then Seahawks 4. Yeah.
All right. I'm with you. All right. So now get down to our playoff teams. I've got our division winners in here. Um, so my AFC playoff teams. I'm rolling with my four division winners: Bills, Bengals, Texans, Chiefs. And of course, guys, this is in no order, just who we think is going to make the playoffs. And then I've got Ravens, Broncos, Steelers
Who's your number
as my
one?
other AFC teams.
Who's your one seed? You can say Cincinnati, dude. I'm not going to call you a homer. Just say it, dude. Name it.
Honestly, the the Bills.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
I think they've got the best chance in the softest division
Yeah, that's true.
other than the Texans. Like the Texans are good, but the Texans aren't one seed good. They're going to lose some games they shouldn't. They
Yeah,
might even lose to it in Indianapolis one time for no
yeah, they
reason.
all could.
So, but the Bills and the Chiefs don't lose games that they're not supposed to. So I could see the Bills as the one seed finally for them. So they got home field advantage over the Chiefs. Um, I
That's a
say the Bengals at the two and Chiefs at the three, Texans at the four. And then I think you've probably got Steelers, Bengals in the wild card round,
Steelers are inevitable. Making it again.
Broncos, Chiefs, or yeah, Broncos, Chiefs, and then Texans, Ravens. That's my pick.
All right.
So
Well,
I mean, you got Bills, Ravens, Texans, Broncos as your division winners. Who's your three wild card teams?
a wild card team's Bengals. I think will be that first wild card spot. Um, I think the Chiefs sneak in, just not as good of a year. And then my last team, AFC team to sneak in, the Jets. Yeah, the Jets. I think the Jets sneak in. They
Jets.
lose, but they go to the playoffs.
Look at
But
the Jets making a comeback for the playoffs. Who's your
my number
one? The
one seed,
Ravens?
Ravens. I think Ravens at the Bank Stadium, and I think they run through. I think this is the year they go. Um, that's a tough place to play. I think it's one of the most underrated, hardest places to play in the NFL by far. And they don't lose often there, except the playoffs occasionally.
Especially, I mean, they got home field advantage. January, it's freezing cold outside.
Yeah,
So
I think that'll be the real kicker is who gets the number one seed. Because on the flip of that, I think if the Bills get the one seed and they host in January, it could get ugly. I don't see a lot of people beating the Bills either. But I just think the Ravens. I just think they tear through the NFL this year and have a great season.
I can remember when the Bills hosted the Bengals in the playoffs one year, and it was snowing outside and it was freezing cold, and we kind of whipped their ass.
Yeah, I do remember that. And then you lost, lost
So
the Chiefs in the AFC Champions. That was very sad. It can happen.
that
I
was
mean, I
the
like the
year
Bengals
after the
too to be
Super
close.
Bowl.
If you told me
Yeah,
to pick a quarterback to have in the playoffs, Burrow would be at the top of that list. I mean, he's the man in the clutch for sure. But
I
we'll see.
don't. He hasn't lost a game in the playoffs by his play.
Not at all. No, should have beat the
So
Rams really. So who do I got? I got Ravens,
yeah,
Bills. I got Ravens one seed, Bills two seed. I'll go Broncos
and
the third, and then Texans the fourth, just because they're division winners. Bengals first wild card, Jets second wild card. Am I being dumb or are there three wild cards?
then you have the Chiefs also
Chiefs, yeah. Barely.
barely making it. So that the Jets solidly in the playoffs. The
For
Chiefs
sure.
barely making the playoffs. That is a hot take.
I think because Bengals go 12-5. Bengals go 12-5 and take they're better than two of the division winners. They're better than the Broncos and the Texans. They're just in a tough division. And then I think the
Yeah.
Jets go 10-7. And I think the Chiefs go 9-8.
All right. NFC. I've got playoff teams: Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Rams are my division winners. Now I got Commanders, Packers, and Falcons.
Okay.
One seed Eagles. I just
Cannot even.
I don't. I think they're just going to be good. at the end of the day. And not to say the Lions aren't. I got the Lions as the 2 seed, and then the Rams, and then the Bucks. And I think the Falcons would be my last wild card slot, with Commanders and Packers just
Wow.
5 and 6 somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I fall into the same thing. I got Eagles at the 1 seed, Lions at the 2, Rams and Panthers as my other division winners. I got Packers as the 1 wild card, Bucks sneaking in as well, but above the Bucks, Cardinals. I think the Cardinals go to the playoffs this year with Kyler. I think they look good. Marvin Harrison too looks great.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Cardinals.
So your 3 are the Packers, Bucks, and Cardinals.
That's correct.
That's not a bad slot right there.
I can see
Because
that.
I think the Cardinals are going to be better. I think the Cardinals are going to be better.
Agreed.
I think Lions and Packers are locks. Eagles is a lock. Rams is a lock. Your Panthers pick, that's still the one that we're going to see. You could either be a genius or it can blow up in your face. True. Horribly.
True.
So
we shall see.
But there, guys, there is our preseason, predicted division winners and playoff teams. We got to get Aiden and Jake in on this too. We got to send them over what theirs are. Track theirs
let us know what you think. So, hot takes.
Yeah.
Mix it up a little bit.
We get one of them on next week. Yeah, you get one of them on next week. We'll get them on there.
I'm ready. You think Jake has the Titans make the playoffs this year?
I doubt it.
I don't think so either. He's a realistic guy.
I doubt it. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to text him real quick.
Okay, yeah.
While we move in, next segment is we're moving in our awards for the year. MVP, Rookies of the Year, my MVP. I'm being a homer. I'm really hot. I'm just Burrow's going to take it.
You're not.
Burrow's going to take it. Burrow's going to take it. That's it. What do you got? Make me believe I'm not a homer with this pick, but
it is Joe Burrow. It is Joe Burrow's award to lose this year. I think the season he had last year, like you said, he should have won it, but he just didn't have the wins. Him and Lamar should have won. But I think this year he wins it because his team is doing better. Higgins stays healthy this whole year. Chase obviously keeps playing like the best receiver in football. Chase Brown.
Yoshi Bosch at number 3 is not bad.
I mean, Gesicki. I like Gesicki. The tight end.
And we got Noah backup tight end as well.
And from the Seahawks.
2 offensive tight ends.
I think it's Burrow's award to lose going into the season. I think they get some wins, and he just kind of runs away with it. He has one of those years. I don't know as far as the Super Bowl or anything, but yeah, I think Burrow wins that. Defensive Player of the Year, Aiden Hutchinson. That's my pick. I think he wins comeback and Defensive Player of the Year, or they might just not give him the comeback Player of the Year. Last year, lest you forget, because it was early in the year, but through 5 or 6 weeks of the season, he was leading the league in sacks. And then he got hurt, and he still was leading the league in sacks after not playing for 3 weeks. I think he's an untapped talent just because of injuries. I think he comes out next year and he's the best end in football. I mean, the reports I've been hearing out of training camp is he's just unstoppable. They've had to implement a Hutchinson rule where if he gets to the quarterback, you have to keep the play going because they can't even get anything done, which hopefully doesn't mean the Lions.
I mean, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Hopefully it means our O-line doesn't suck. But what I'm hearing is because he's lining up against Penei Sewell, I mean, one of the best tackles in football. So that's my pick. Defensive Player there.
Defensive player. I'm rolling. I did some research. Wasn't 100%, positive on who to pick for this one. Honestly, Hutchinson was in my running for like comeback player of the year. Yeah. I'll get into that one in a second. Joey Bosa. I think he's up in Buffalo now.
Yeah, he is.
New scenery. Taking over. I think is Von Miller still up there? Or did Von Miller retire yet?
I think he's still there.
I can't remember. Anyway, if he's there or not, he's either taking over that slot or he's got someone on the opposite end. I think new scenery, that division a little softer on the O-line for a few of them.
That's
I think
true.
he could reap the benefits, man.
Yeah, I could see it. I think he'll have a good season. Um, breaking news: Von Miller is on the Commanders. I didn't even know that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's
So he didn't
also
retire.
36.
He
So
he won a Super Bowl in Denver when Cam Newton was still in the league. They beat Cam Newton.
that's
Like,
true. I
right?
forgot
Like
about
he
that.
played
Yeah,
with
no,
Peyton
you're very
Manning.
right. Yeah, he did. He is very old, but he's on the Commanders. So whatever. Yeah, I like that. I think Bosa will have a good year, new scenery. As far as comeback player of the year, I don't know if they do this. Obviously, you'd have to give it to Hutch after shattering his leg and having the monster season he's going to have. If it's not him, this is a tough one for me.
I went with Dak.
I like that.
Come
Okay,
back after
I like
missing
it.
most of last year. You like that? I
I
mean,
like. I'll put Dak down there.
it's
I forgot he went out early like that. I was trying to think of a quarterback that got injured earlier in the year or a vet.
because you can't really. I mean, JJ,
Daniel Jones.
McCarthy went out, but I mean, still comeback player of the year. I think Dak. I just with what that offense is going to look like, I think he could run away with that one.
I like
So
that. If I'd have put my money on it, I'd say Dak.
Dak is a good one. Not
Or
bad. And
Bryson.
I see. I like Hutchinson too. Like that's that. Like I would have
Yeah,
if Dak wasn't going to explode and it being such an offensive driven league. I think
true.
that could have gone with Hutchinson because he was on my mind for both player of the year and comeback player of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Before we get into the rookies, let's do offensive player of the year. Who the hell's going to stand out, man? If we both got Burrow as the MVP, offensive player of the year is not going to be another quarterback,
Well, rookie
right?
offensive of the year, right? Isn't that a
No, there's
rookie only
offensive
award?
player of the year, and then no, I didn't think so.
Oh, I didn't know that. Get Jamar Chase.
Yeah, that's up, but that
I
dude
didn't even know that was
is
an award.
just. I looked at me. I might be wrong.
I thought that was the rookies.
Let's see. I'll look it up because now I sound stupid.
Oh, you're good. We'll cut it. I think because I remember Teddy Bridgewater won the rookie of the year, but it was the offensive rookie of the year. Unless they added, I'm gonna look it up.
MVP, Coach of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year. Nope, there's Offensive Player of the Year. Last year was Saquon.
Oh, okay, bet. All
So
right. Well, Jamar Chase then. That's my pick.
yeah, I mean, if Burrow has an MVP season, it's gonna end up being Jamar because that's who he's gonna throw it to. So because the offense is just so stacked, you can't guard them
Yeah.
all.
I mean, we saw what happened last year.
So
It's just gonna happen again, but with more wins this time. That's my opinion about it. So yeah, I got him offensive defensive player of the year.
see, that's where I put Hudson for you.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I figured it was either Hutchinson was going defensive player of the year or comeback player of the year.
I
And he
think it'll
might
be
be too
Garrett.
dang good to be comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I think it'll be Garrett. I'd say Miles Garrett. I think
Miles
defensively,
Garrett.
I think he'll just stand out on that Browns defense. I think he'll be the one redeemable point of that team, and he'll just stick out.
All right. So
Who's
far,
forgotten?
MVP, we both got Burrow. Offensive player of the year, we both got Chase. Defensive player of the year, Joey Bosa, Miles Garrett. Both going Dak with comeback player of the year. Coach of the year. It's a tough one. Because you never really know. Because you can have someone surprise you. Some team go on a run.
Yeah,
But
I think Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn, I think I like that one. I should have done a little bit more looking into those rookie coaches and whatnot. But
Yeah, I want to say another guy I like is Liam Cohen, the old UK
mm,
offensive coordinator, the Jaguars coach. I just
yeah,
don't think he has the
he
team
can
yet.
go jump off a bridge.
He's he's a good coach though. But yeah,
If he
I gotta
sticks
go with
around
Glenn.
anywhere longer than a season.
True, true, true.
Oh, all right, Aaron Glenn. I've got. If I'm envisioning the season, Super Bowl champion Bengals, Zach Taylor.
Jack Taylor, the people's champ.
If the season plays out to how it could, then it's going to end up being Zach Taylor. If the Bengals make the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, there's no way it can't be.
I can see it.
Unless
I can
like
see that
Aaron
happening.
Glenn, one of those rookie head coaches just takes their team to the freaking playoffs. That
Yeah.
could be one route. But yeah, so Aaron Glenn, we got all right, rookies of the year, offensive rookie of the year. Cam Ward. Hear me out.
Bingo.
There's no hear me out.
No.
It's got to be him.
Yeah.
He's the best rookie coming out. He's going to have the most opportunity. He's starting already. Like he's going to be showcased. No one's going to outshine him unless somehow
No.
Shadur started week 1 also and just
Yeah.
absolutely lit it up for the whole season.
Yeah. No. It's Cam Ward's award to lose. He's like you said, he's the guy. He's going into the best situation. Blank slate. I don't think there's not a lot of pressure on him. He's got Tyler Lockett, Calvin Ridley. I mean, he's got veteran receivers around him. I think he'll put up decent enough numbers to win that. Defensive rookie of the year. I'm going to go Abdul Carter. I'm going to go the edge on the Giants. I think he'll produce. He said he's not cutting his hair until he gets a sack or something wild. So I think he'll go out there and get a sack.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly. He's motivated. He seems like a good character guy. I think he'll win that.
Well, now I was brushing up on my pick. Now I'm kind of, I don't want to backtrack. I'm just going to roll with it. Jalen Walker coming into the Falcons, linebacker. I just think he was a dog in college. He was over at Georgia, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Knows how to win games, knows how to play good team defense. Like I think that guy's a stud.
Yeah.
So
I like that. I think he'll be solid on that defense.
but now I just looked it up and he's got injury concerns. So hopefully we'll see.
I
So that's
think
it. So we got our
another one,
awards.
maybe Mason Graham. I think the tackle out of Michigan, white dude,
I just
the
Yeah,
Browns.
he's with the
Good.
Browns, right?
Yeah.
I saw conflicting things that he was like out of shape or not really doing too well to start. I mean,
He's not the most in shape guy, but he produces, man. That's all I gotta say. And Harbaugh spoke very highly of him. The scouts spoke highly of him. So I think he could be a sneaky pick as well. But yeah, I like Walker if he stays healthy, and then Carter as well.
gotcha. All right. So guys, there's our our preseason predicted postseason awards. It's a mouthful. Um, so that Mike, that's all we got, man.
But I'm excited, man. What is it? 2 more weeks?
2
3
more
more?
weeks. We got 1 more week of preseason games left. I mean,
Oh,
I know the Bengals aren't playing any starters in the final preseason game. Hopefully, if Trey Hendrickson signs, maybe he'll get a little action or something.
yeah.
Um, I will say I'm excited for Shamar Stewart now that he's playing. Seeing I think he's going to do well.
Yeah, agreed.
We'll see. And it's gonna depend on him if Trey's not going to play, if he's actually going to hold out. So,
Yeah.
but
Oh, we got a good season to look
also
forward
hot
to.
off the press. Yeah, we do. Jake said, "Sure, the Titans will make the playoffs. The AFC South is winnable in his mind." I think we need to rope him in and see how winnable the AFC South is next week. I
I
think get
love
that
it.
on the books then,
I love it.
because
I
I don't
think
think they can win
that did not sound confident from him saying winnable. If your best bet is
the.
about the other teams being bad and not your team being good, it is winnable. I mean, I could put a team together and maybe go win that division, but I don't know. Ask
Yeah.
did you?
All right.
I wonder. We'll see how many games he thinks they'll win. That's what I'm more curious about.
Let's see. I'll ask him real quick while we're getting it settled. So good. We're good. We get solid preseason podcast here today, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be with you. We'll just try and we'll get some special guests on. There's going to be, Twitter, Facebook stuff coming. Post everything there. Try and get this out on YouTube and Spotify. Um, Listen where you can. If you want to get involved, join the show, send it anything. We'll have those links posted shortly as well. Um, I mean, I'm excited, man. I'm
Me
excited
too.
for football.
I'm ready to start. I'm ready to start predicting the winners. Give my FanDuel of the week my best bang for your buck.
Oh yeah, FanDuel of the week, not sponsored by the way. So if anyone,
Yeah, soon.
if it loses, don't blame us. I'm
Sure.
money gambling. I'll show you my account. It's down. Yours might still be even. I don't know how you've
No,
done that.
I am down. I did
No,
though. At the Reds game, I won 190 bucks.
there you
The
go.
Reds.
I went on a roll for about 4 games in a row, same game parlays for the Reds, where I won combined over like 3 or 4 games, like 180 bucks.
Wow. Yeah.
Just kept flipping it.
It's a hot
So
team, man.
hey,
Hoping they
we're
go to the
one game
playoffs.
out of the playoffs with
That's
35
what
to
I'm saying.
go. Maybe the Reds will make the playoffs.
Who are
But this
you
is
all
football, not
behind in the
baseball.
wild card? Do you know?
The Mets.
Yikes.
The Mets. They couldn't win and now they can't lose. So yeah, we'll see. And you got a
Good
great
job.
view of the stadium now, I think, from your apartment. So
I do. Yeah, it's nice. I walked over there for a couple games. It was like 15 bucks to go. So
yeah.
solid. I saw them win one and I saw them lose one. So
Hey, I went to 2 games this year and they won both. So I'm on a roll.
you
I've
need to
still got
start
one to
coming.
go.
I'm trying to see some playoff
No. All
baseball,
right,
man.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll end it there. Sundays on the Gridiron preseason podcast. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Episode drops every Thursday, so you can get your podcast action in before Thursday night football. Next week we'll go a little bit heavier into some analytics on the rest of the season. And possibly preview some week 1 matchups that we think are going to be
Yeah,
great.
we might have some
So
starters by then.
we could, we could also get that FanDuel futures picks going before the season starts too. So
All righty.
all right,
Sounds
I
good.
think we're signing off.